Boston,
I'm not a rat.
1975. James Whitey Bulger walked the streets of Southie not just as a criminal, but as a ghost of fear. While his brother, Billy, rose to political power, Whitey ruled the underground. When childhood friend and rising FBI agent John Connolly returned to town, a deal was made, one that would shake Boston to its core. This was not a partnership. It was a pact with the devil. This is the true story behind Black Massachusetts, the rise and fall of the man who corrupted the FBI and controlled Boston through terror. In the mid-70s, James Bulger was a petty thug. But South Boston treated him like a local legend. He didn't act like a mafia boss, but his cold stare made people obey. When Connolly approached him, he offered more than protection. He offered strategy, feed intel to the FBI to destroy the Italian mafia. Bulger accepted, but never really informed. He used the Bureau to take out his enemies while growing his empire. With Connolly's help, Whitey took control of Boston's criminal world. The Winter Hill Gang became untouchable. Loan sharking. Drugs. Weapons. FBI reports were scrubbed. Leads went nowhere. Connolly, once idealistic, now wore $1,000 suits, paid for with silence. Whitey's enemies vanished. His rivals bled, and yet, no one at the Bureau asked questions. Not yet. One night, Whitey invited FBI agent John Morris to dinner. They shared wine, laughter, and then silence. Whitey asked about a family secret recipe. Morris answered, too easily. Whitey's face dropped. He leaned in, just saying that got me sent to Alcatraz. The table went cold. It wasn't a joke. It was a warning. This was Bulger's gift. Violence wrapped in civility.
Come in and settle things down. Right away, Fleming maintained, though, he was mistaken. He was talking about Mickey Davis, their brother.
What he had said about me was my concern, and it was corrected real quick. And he came back with like 2 apologies on that.
Bulger maintained that he had not killed women, specifically Deborah Hussey and Deborah Davis, but we had Fleming there saying, right there from the witness stand, that he never strangled Deborah Hussey.
Bulger didn't just lead a gang. He eliminated anyone who posed a risk. Informants. Associates. Even friends. He strangled Deborah Hussey, the daughter of an old friend, in a basement. He personally executed people who talked. And all the while, he smiled at FBI agents, handed over breadcrumbs, and let the Bureau do the cleanup. But the mask began to slip. Other agents, like Fred Wishak, noticed a pattern. The Italians had been wiped out. But Whitey kept thriving. Eventually, John Morris broke. Under pressure, he confessed everything. Connolly was caught. As indictments dropped, Bulger vanished. He fled Boston and became a ghost, hiding in plain sight. For 16 years, he lived in Santa Monica under a false name with his girlfriend. In 2011, he was finally captured, arrested quietly without a fight. In 2013, Whitey stood trial for murder, racketeering, and corruption. The courtroom heard stories of betrayal, fear, and death. He was found guilty of 11 murders, sentenced to life. But even in prison, the violence didn't stop. In 2018, just one day after transfer, Bulger was beaten to death in his cell. His tongue nearly severed. Eyes gouged out. Justice came, but it came ugly. Whitey Bulger corrupted the FBI. He controlled a city, killed without mercy, and vanished for nearly 2 decades. He didn't just fool the system, he became it. Subscribe to Cortex Crime for more true crime that exposes the monsters in plain sight. Up next, a cartel killer who ran an empire from inside a U.S. prison. Don't miss it.